Good morning, this is Braden from Pacific Toyota, just doing a quick virtual tour on our 2019 Mitsubishi Triton, the GLS Premium sitting here in front of me. On sale for only $41,990 drive away, down from $42,990, making it one of the cheapest in Queensland as it sits right now, especially for the kilometres of only a touch over 83,000 kilometres. So full service history on this thing, and of course obviously all our cars we guarantee no write-offs or flood damage or hail damage or anything like that. So Pacific Toyota, we're actually located here in Cairns. We're lucky enough to be the second biggest pre-owned yard for Toyota in all of Australia. As you can see, we are absolutely jam-packed here at the moment. You can see our Toyota Lexus showrooms up the hill there. And this is currently at 235 Mulgrave Road. We've got another yard at 77 Mulgrave Road as well, just to stock the over 300 vehicles that we have in stock. And of course, we are very lucky enough to turn over a little bit over 200 cars a month. And we freight about 80 to 90 of those south of here in interstate. So absolute piece of cake for anybody in the Brisbane sort of area and everywhere in between. So the whole idea of this video, I just want to take you through the car in a bit more detail than obviously what you can see on the website and on the photos and that. Obviously no chips or cracks or anything through the windscreen. That $41,990 of course is drive away. And like I said, we don't touch anything that's been written off or flood damage or anything like that. You get all the roadworthies, all the history checks, everything to prove it. Looking very tidy across that actual bonnet itself. A couple tiny little sort of touch-ups, but they've already been touched up as well, as you can see through there. Just those common ones that you always get on the front bumpers. All your parking sensors across the front here too. Again, stone chips that have already been touched up for you. Same thing down this side. So previous owners had already sealed off those ones and already touched them up for you. Very tidy through the alloys. Obviously being the GLS Premium, we get this beautiful sort of mix of the silver and the that charcoal colour. Absolutely stacks of tread left in there as well. And as you can see through the suspension, looking very, very tidy through there too. Finally just along the front again, we've got these parking sensors all the way along. Just get that camera underneath so you can see through there too. Down the passenger side as well. Again, looking very tidy on this side of the wheels with the mounted tread. Again, same thing, very tidy across that chassis, through the wishbones and the shockies. Now, we are just the one key at the moment with this one. Sometimes we do get lucky and we'll get more brought in, but at the moment just the one. Obviously that's working perfectly, so the mirrors will tuck in every time you lock it, and they'll open back up as soon as we unlock it as well. So very tidy through here. We've got keyless entry on these doors as well, so we push that, it's going to lock the car. As long as the keys are in proximity, push it again, open that back up for us. It's a busy day. So we got through the inside here, tiny little bit of wear on the actual inside of the door cards, obviously just on there. Looks like someone just rubbed up against it when they were putting it on the inside, and same thing along the top here on that plastic. Looks like someone's either rings or watch potentially has been sitting up against that plastic. But other than that, not too bad. You also get electric windows the whole way around. Same thing through the inside here, looking very tidy. So interior aircon controls and vents right through to the back, so great for the kids in that as well. Through those door cards. So all your logbooks, manuals, everything's all on the inside here. So full service history. So first service 2020 at 15,000 kilometres, second service 2021 at 29, 21 at 44, 22 at 59,000 kilometres, and 2023 at 75,000 kilometres as well. So not due again till 90 or about 2024. So every 15,000 kilometres or 12 months. So this has literally been to the T, the same workshop the entire way through. So perfect service history there. Now that is that's not actually window tinting on the back there. That is just privacy glass, but that's all stuff that we can actually put the window tinting and have that sent down for it as well. All child locks in the back here. Again, just tiny sort of bits of wear, I'd say. Again, people sitting in the back with their watches and that kind of thing. Through the rear here, USB ports for the kids in the back. Plenty of storage on the back of those seats. We've got the argument separator in the middle here with the cup holders. Little strap there, it's going to pull that whole seat forward. So we've got the jack, we've got the tools, and we've got all your anchor points for the child seats all down the bottom there as well. And like I said, all the controls at the top for the aircon. and these vents which we can shut off and totally control yourself. So nice and easy. Nice big grab handles here, and the drop down handles at the top on all 4 doors. So it makes it nice and easy for jumping in and out in the bad weather and stuff like that. Just give you a bit of a look through that roof. Obviously, again, with the GLS Premium, we've got these beautiful black sports bars on the back there, sports bars, roll bars, whatever you want to call them. A couple touch-ups again, and same thing just there. Looking very tidy on this back wheel here too. You can see the spare tyre in through the back there as well. And very clean across the rest of that chassis. Through the back here. And obviously got the lockable lid with this one. All on the struts. Through the inside there as well. So you got all this genuine Mitsubishi tray lining through the inside. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tight end points through the inside as well. So no matter what you're putting in there, fridges, all that kind of stuff, you're laughing. We can drop this down a little bit to wear and tear across the top, obviously just from that lid sitting on there. So it's pretty common with these guys than any of the ones with hard lids. Not too bad through the inside there as well. So just close that up. Perfect. So again, that's all lockable from that one there. Reverse camera just tucked on the front there. Not too bad through the rest of it. Again, a couple little tiny touch-ups that have already been done. Rear parking sensors across this rear bar. No tow bar or anything like that yet, but again, that's all stuff that we could potentially look at. And you obviously got that spare wheel sitting up under there too. So down the rest of the driver's side now. Looking very tidy through here. Very minor little sort of marks. That's probably the only one on the whole of the car that's noticeable, so we just got a couple little marks there. But again, if it's any concerns, any of that kind of stuff, it's all stuff that we can ask the question for. Again, through the rest of the bars there across that roof. So they've got these beautiful chrome handles, again being the premium. Tiny little to wear there, nothing too bad on this side. Got all the leather seats the whole way through with this black with the white stitching on the inside. And finally up to the driver's side door now. Again, the keyless entry on both the sides here with the mirrors that tuck in. And through the inside there too. So what we're going to do, just going to jump on inside. We'll start it up as well. Again, like I said, there's common ones here, so I'd say just from rings and from watches and stuff like that, just those little marks on the inside there. But electric adjustments for the all 4 wheels. The window locks there too. Tiny little bit of marks there from obviously people just reaching for the bonnet there as well from the servicing, stuff like that. They're always common ones through there. Being the premium, we got these awesome leather seats again, but with electric adjustments on the driver's side here. So we got the backrest and obviously the height adjustments, everything through the inside there too. We got the ignition just here, so you don't have to have your foot on the brake, so I'll show you that in just a second. So we'll jump in and start it up for you. So we push that in. Just straighten this up so we can see as well. Alrighty, so only 83,976 kilometers. Obviously no engine lights or dash lights or any of that kind of stuff. Like I said, not due for another service until 90,000 kilometers. And almost a full tank of fuel, which is just unreal. Not very common with used cars, so that's fantastic. Up on the steering wheel itself, so again, being the premium, we get a couple more features with the safety side of stuff. So we've got all the cruise control on the right hand side, the option to jump between the different menus down the bottom there, so the average fuels. Once you're in full drive, that screen that just went past will obviously light up with the different wheels that are engaged, as well as your diff there too, and all your different little menus and all that kind of stuff. Trip meters, all controlled from up here on the steering wheel. Otherwise, we've got obviously your ability to answer the calls and hang up the Bluetooth calls and stuff like that. We can also jump between your different radio stations, and we can also, just turn that down, bring up your little camera button there too. So if you're driving along and you want to see around the car, we've got little cameras that are tucked under the mirrors on the outside, one at the front and one at the back, and they actually stitch those cameras together in this 360 view. So we can see which way we're going to travel, and obviously where we are at the back, you can see that driveway behind us. The car next to me is actually about to take off, so you'll see that moving in just a second too. And of course on the right hand side here, that's your reverse camera at the same time, so that if you're backing up to stuff and things like that, you can actually physically see everything that's behind you. I think they're absolutely the best thing in the world. So as soon as we go into reverse, you've got the exact same thing. So the directional things basically change to the back side of the car, because now we're going backwards, and same thing on the right hand hand side here, we've now got the red line at the bottom there, so those sensors are going to be closer and closer to an item. Once they hit that red line, it'll then become a flat tone. So there you go, it's now telling you rear cross traffic alerts because we've got some people walking behind us. So it picked up the guys behind us. It knows that we're in reverse, and it tells you that people are actually walking behind you and tells you not to run them over, basically. And as you can see that car driving out next to us on these little cameras here too. So just the best setup in the world. I reckon Mitsubishi have probably got one of the best 360 cameras, the way they set it up. There you go, rear cross traffic as well. So there you go, picking up that guy behind us. So just an absolutely fantastic, incredibly safe thing, especially for shops and stuff like that, where you're backing out of blind corners and those kind of things. You've got the ability to do that while you're driving. That simply goes back to your main menu by pushing that button again. So back up to here, we've got all your wipers on the left hand side. You've got automatic settings for those guys. Headlights are all on the right. You've got automatic settings for them as well. Your high beams are even automatic up here too. Down the right hand side, sorry, you can tuck these mirrors in from the inside. You'll notice on the mirrors there's actually a little picture of two little cars there, so they'll illuminate orange if somebody's in your blind spot. So fantastic for motorbikes and that kind of thing. If you go to indicate and turn into them, it's actually going to beep to remind you as well that somebody's actually there. Down the bottom here, traction control, lane departure warning. So of course if you start to drift over the lines not paying attention, the car will actually bring you back and react and beep for you as well. And forward collision mitigation too. So we've got different settings for this, so far, middle and near. So depending on what kind of driving you're doing, the car will actually brake for you if you don't react in time to somebody in front of you. And we've got a little scroll button there that's going to let you adjust the pitch of the headlights. So if you're doing long distance driving in rural areas, you can get a bit more distance out of the headlights. And of course if you're driving around town, you can drop those right down as well. Down through the inside here, massive, huge, big touchscreen display here, so you can jump. Actually has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can plug your phone into the USB ports down the bottom here, and you can use the maps from your phone and project them up onto the screen here as well. So all you do is just plug your phone in and follow the prompts, and it'll do that automatically for you. You can jump straight into the phone calls once your phone's connected through the Bluetooth. You can plug it in through the USB for the music side of things, AM, FM, Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff through the inside here as well. That little home button's going to bring you to there every time. Otherwise, we can jump straight into the radio, all that kind of stuff from there as well. Nice big, massive buttons, so while you're driving, it's nice and easy to navigate as well. Aircon down the bottom here, dual climate control, so totally independent on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the car for who likes their temperature and who gets cold and who doesn't. Fan speed in the middle, where you want them coming out of. We've got little notifications here, so anybody that's not wearing their seatbelt, that one's going to illuminate the seat so you know which kid to yell at. We've got the rear diff locks, obviously being the four-wheel drive as well, so for the hectic four-wheel driving, it's going to engage those from here, all electronically. The parking sensors that I pointed out, if you don't like them, you can turn them off. Same thing with the blind spot monitors. If you don't like them, you can turn them off as well. Heated seats on the both the front, so we've got heated, so a high and a low setting for both those for the two front seats. Accessory plugs down the bottom here, heaps of storage through the inside. We do have a manual option for the gear shift as well, so we can go up the gears or down the gears from here too, as well as on the left and the right side of the steering wheel, you see the paddle shifts there as well to be able to control those gears. So as you can see on the inside, we're at first gear, second gear, but it won't let me go up the gears anymore because obviously it'd be dangerous to take off anything other than first or second. So very clever for the gearbox. We got genuine handbrake here. Downhill descent, so we've got a couple of different options. So basically like cruise control for coming down hills, so really handy for trailers and that kind of stuff, and for four-wheel driving, and of course a couple of different modes there as well. So once you're in four-wheel drive, high or low, you can engage that, and basically the car will react differently to the kind of driving that you're doing and the terrain that you're on. We also have a Mitsubishi four-wheel drive Super Select gearbox here, so I'll try and block that so you can actually get the sunlight so you can see. So we've actually got 4 settings instead of every other four-wheel drive, which has only 3. So Mitsubishi have patented this. So it's basically, currently at the moment we're in 2 high, so rear-wheel drive. At any time you can flick over to 4 high. I always find it better to do it while you're stationary, but you can flick over to 4 high and it'll turn this car into an all-wheel drive. So for places like Cairns where we do get a lot of rain for 60% of the year and stuff like that, it's basically just a safer driving. It will use a touch more fuel, but you can actually run this in an all-wheel drive car instead. And then on top of that, you've got your 4 high lock center, 4 low lock center, so those are your full drive options for off-road and stuff like that. You don't want to be driving those on the bitumen. Huge amount of storage on the inside there. Like I said, we've got the solid handles, drop-down handles, adjustable seat belts on both the front ones, mirrors on the inside of those guys, plenty of storage up there for your sunnies, and nothing on this side here as well. But incredibly tidy through here. This thing is absolutely awesome car. I'm a big fan of the Mitsubishis. I did pop that bonnet, so I do want to quickly show you under there as well. Now it's going to beep at us, so that's letting me know that the car is still running and we haven't gone and turned it off. And I've got the key still in my pocket, so it's keeping it in mind. Very tidy on the inside there. Obviously, must be battery on the corner. Got some common rail, 2.4 litre turbo diesel motor for the cylinder. Very tidy through the inside here. And of course, I did leave it running because I wanted you to see yourself. We've got these little daytime running lights that turn on the second the engine's on as well. So they stand out, but they look good as well. So thanks again for your inquiry, and guys, cannot wait to hear your feedback soon.